Test, test, test. Okay, let's have some fun. We're going to do a new series in this book, and it's going to be for holidays. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So this is a brand new sketchbook, Reflections, and it's amazing. It really takes a lot of abuse. So I really like it. I'm going to use that. I'm going to use a chamois. I'm going to use green and purple and some red on pan pastel, and a sponge, kneaded eraser, chamois, Cretacolor, stumps, and kneaded eraser. Now, here's what happened. I did the video already, but I forgot to turn the sound on. So let's make sure we have the sound on. Okay, here we go. So we're going to start out with this guy. We're going to do it again. But this time, I know I have the sound on. It's like, that's such a sinking feeling when that happens. But if you've been an artist for a long time, what you realize is that the second time is always better. So, okay. So that happens a lot in the industry, where, you're working on a project and then for some reason you're forced to do it again. So I'm going to make his face a little smaller so I can get the neck. His neck's going to be straight up and down. Everything on this can be straight. So I already figured out some stuff on the first one. That I will fix on the second one. I might make them a little smaller. Doesn't have to be filling the whole page. No straight shoulders. Big neck. He's a big guy. He's Frankenstein. I don't know if he's got blood going through his body, but we'll get in some cheeks. Big time on the forehead. I'm going to use the chamois for the big shadow shapes. Getting paranoid. Yep, sounds working. Here we go. Everything's straight. A lot of straights. So we're always going to have that take two, do it again. I think for me the reason is that I was using a Cretacolor. I mean like a charcoal on the last one, and it just, I don't know, it wasn't allowing me to get all the detail in. So I know this Cretacolor works really well. So just another, get a chance to do it again. Don't worry about it. But you do get that sinking feeling like, oh no, because I'll take a look at it afterwards to make sure it's all working. And there was no sound, and I looked over and I forgot to turn on the mic. So. In the industry, if you do something like that, if you try to cover it up, is when you get in trouble. Just say, use the uck. I ucked up. I'll do it again. I used to take it home. If I did something, if I had trouble with a scene, I'd just take it home and work on it. It's no big deal. It's usually slightly 3/4. Working off that center line is really important. The only thing you're not going to get on this one is some really bad jokes I did on the other one, but we'll do that on other ones. Okay, so we're going to work off center line. Still use the rhythm chart. Looking for the planes. Giving him a short nose. Top, side, square, face. Rhythm chart. Not a happy guy. All I do is my bench brush. Usually have a bench brush. Wipe things off. Huh. It's usually around here. Wow. I don't know where to put it. It's hard to miss a big brush. Oh well. It's usually sitting right out here. That's interesting. Okay, so we got this. I'm going to work off center line. Mostly going for shadow shapes. If I put in the eyes, he's got what's called a low cathis. Everything comes down. He's just not a happy guy. Okay. So again, since the second time I'm doing it, I'm already in the zone. And that's why we draw. We draw to get into that zone. Top, side, square, face. Yeah, it's a lot faster with this. This has a little kind of a plastic in it, maybe a little wax. And it's just great. I love it. So I wanted to start out with I did a Carbothello, and it just too soft. It was mushing all over the place. But this, you can really put it down. So everything's very squared off. He's got a really tall forehead. Let's use these hairs to point to the forehead. So we're going to put one in the center. Then we're going to point this way. Then we're going to point that way. Bring you in. Okay, that's the land. You want to bring the eyes down. He's got a very low canthus. So the shadow's coming over the nose, down, plane change, up. Everything goes down. So this is the opening of the pectoralis oris. It's the muscle that goes around. So this, for him, since he's kind of old and kind of produced, it's going to be kind of come down here. That's actually in the muscle. Let me come down here. This is all muscle. And then this is the depressor pulling in. Sternocleidoid mastoid. We're going to keep the outside line the silhouette, very straight lines. But on the inside, you can do what you want. So we'll put in these big strappy muscles because he's a big guy. He's got to support that head. Now, all this is in shadow here. So it's all about the edges down here on the bottom. So this is a core. This is soft up here. So on the inside, when you look at the eye, it's going to be really subtle. Core up here, and this is going to be hard edge down here. It's cast. Okay, so we got that. Now we'll use a nitty eraser. Come on in and start picking out some lights. So it looks really different than the first one. See where I'm going? It's really different. It's fun. I never liked having my students use these stumps because the students use them as a crutch, but they're really fun to paint with. Putting a triangle there is kind of fun. So he's looking totally different than the other one. And that would be your character design. Or what a lot of the students call shape exploration. I'm seeing so many trendy names coming out. Maybe it's because of APR. The kids got smart. Artists aren't really smart. They're just artists. And then all of a sudden, we get these like really AP kids wanting to go into animation and go into art. And all of a sudden, it becomes like really smart. Did we really work with smart people back in the olden days? I don't know. At least people out there, speak for yourself, Sheldon. Okay. Shape exploration. But we do want to connect our shadow shapes. Okay, now he's looking angrier. Now the ear on this side, if you want, you can just leave it just a shape. There's your rhythm chart there. I think he smoked in his past life. This is what smokers get. These lines. Okay. It's kind of an unhappy guy.
I'll be back.
Okay. That's a start. I'll probably go back into it some more, but it's a start. Okay, this is what we're going to call Frankenstein Continue. Okay. So what we do is we go back over the whole thing again, and it's really fun. So let's say the green. Get these shadow shapes. Lose some edges. So to take it to another level, you lose edges. Okay, we'll go back in. Let's give him jowl here. No, not jowl, but okay. So it's the nasal fold. Test, test, test. It's working good. There we go. There we go. He's starting to look really unhappy. Okay. So this is Frankenstein number 2. This is Frankenstein number 1, and they're totally different. So that's your character design. I don't care what you want to call it. Shape exploration, I don't know. But you just have fun. I'm working on a character right now and just having a good time. But it's, it's tough because once you get it working, then you have to go back and get a formula. It's like a curve and a triangle. Like when I'm working right now, it'll be a square and a triangle. And I'm going to be drawing this character hundreds, if not thousands of times. So I have to have the formula down. So we start out with just concept first, and that's what this is. So this would be concept art, everybody. Once the concept art's done, then it's given to somebody like in my department when I was working, where we would break it down into a formula. And then that would be given to everybody working on the film, and they would follow that formula. You'd have training classes. You're never in it alone. You don't have to worry. They're not going to like throw you out there on a ship somewhere and say, swim or sink. It doesn't work that way. Lots of people helping you and training you and going over, and a lot of opportunity to fail. So, but right now it's just concept. Let's do some more different characters. Okay, let's see in a second.